Okay, we are recording. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. It is Monday night, November 27th, and we have a really great panel of guests tonight. And I just feel like these are some of the most real and wonderful people that I know. They're going to share some stories with you about their health journeys that are meant to really inspire you and help you understand the power of whole food nutrition. My name is Ellen Graham. I am a mom of two boys that are 8 and 11. I live in Denver, Colorado. My life was totally changed when I was introduced to Juice Plus 11 and a half years ago. And I'm going to show you at the end of this call a little bit more about that. But I would actually like to kick off our call with our friend Veronica Becerra. She's up in the northern Colorado area. She is a mom of two girls. She's a school teacher, and she is a fanatical runner, and she has some great gems to share with you tonight. So go for it, Veronica.
Oh, that was such a kind introduction. Thank you, Ellen. As Ellen said, I am a mom of two twin girls, 9 years old. I'm also a teacher, a PE teacher, and I do enjoy running. One of the things that attracted me the most to Juice Plus was the fact that one of my twins has been suffering from constipation since she was 3 months old. And it wasn't until last year that I was introduced to Juice Plus that we noticed that could be one of the things that can help my daughter. So we started her on Juice Plus, the child study, and it has made a difference. I've always thought that they had a pretty well-balanced diet. I am pretty keen on making sure that they eat plenty of fruits and vegetables daily, and we have a protein and everything. But, you never know, how their bodies just react to other factors in life. So this has helped her a lot. And being a PE teacher, nutrition, health, wellness is definitely something that I feel passionate about, that I try to instill on my students and everybody that I encounter in life. So knowing that this is just one more thing that I can do for my body and share it with my family and others just gives me great pleasure to continue to spread health and wellness in every part of my life, personally and professionally.
That is so awesome, Veronica. And for you, as a runner, as a very busy mom, you've also been going back to school. You are raising two kids. I mean, I know the demands on your time. I can only imagine what it's like some weeks. What do you feel like Juice Plus has done for you?
One thing that I've noticed is I have the energy. Like you mentioned, I am going back to school to finish my master's degree. And in the process, I also got remarried. Yes. Bought a house and everything. So yes, there's many life changes, and life just keeps you super busy. And I noticed that with Juice Plus, it definitely gives me that little boost of energy. And not that I recommend 6 hours or 5 hours of sleep for anyone, but I can pull it off every once in a while if I have to stay up late or, study and do homework till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then having to get up early and go back to work. So again, I don't recommend that to anybody, but if you have to do it, Juice Plus gives you that kick that you need for the next day instead of coffee. But that's what it's done for me, is giving me the energy, and just making sure that if I skip a meal, which I try not to do, then I know that at least I'm getting whole nutrition by continuing to have Juice Plus in our daily diets.
That is so wonderful. And actually, I love that you shared that, because I think that's the reality for so many of us, is that there are a lot of time constraints in our lives. And I think Juice Plus affords us some protection. We don't recommend sleeping 5 hours a night. We're always going to tell you to get 7 to 8, but we all know what reality is. So, and I loved it when I was a young mom and I was up with babies all night, because it kept me going. So we're going to move on to Linda now. She's also a mom, fabulous mom, up in the northern Colorado area, and she's got some great things to share with us tonight as well. Go ahead, Linda.
Yeah, so my story with Juice Plus is huge. It's for my whole family, takes it, myself, my spouse, and my kids, for about 6 or 7 months now. And I was just looking for a way to integrate more of a variety of fruits and vegetables, especially for the guys, because myself and my daughter eat pretty healthy and do consume our fruits and vegetables. But you get stationary and you tend to just have the same fruits and vegetables. That's why I was really interested in this, was for the variety that you get that you wouldn't normally have in your everyday life. And then also for my son, which is huge because he's 12 now. And when he was little, he had so many food allergies. His diet was so limited that his palate really became limited, and he refuses to eat any fruits and vegetables. I think a lot of kids, even without the dietary or allergy issues, still have a hard time getting in their fruits and vegetables. So I wanted to get that for him to help out with his nutrition. And we've been to dietitians, we've been to all kinds of stuff, and just really been struggling with it. So we have started him on the Juice Plus, and his energy level has definitely increased. And also, one of the biggest things that I was telling Veronica recently is I've noticed he's always had just deep, dark circles under his eyes. And I think it's a sign of malnutrition, and he doesn't have that anymore. So I think 100% just being on the Juice Plus has given him that nutrition that he wasn't getting from anywhere. And I was giving him vitamins, calcium, all kinds of stuff we were doing in the meantime that never really showed or had any effect. And now this has definitely made a big difference. And then I also personally had an issue like Veronica's daughter, where I would be constipated all the time. And that's always been an issue in my life. So that was the very first thing I noticed with Juice Plus, was being able to be regular and have a healthy stomach and, keep things moving. And now it's, more of a regular basis and everything there. And the energy level is a huge difference for everybody that's taken it in my family. So when she stated that energy level, I'm also a runner, mom, work, all of these things, and just having more energy and not just being as exhausted and tired at like that 1-2 o'clock nap time hour. Mm-hmm. And you need that extra energy, you still have it. And I like the gummies better than the capsules, because then I have kind of a little treat and it's a little something yummy to have. And it makes me feel like I ate something. It makes me feel full, even if I'm in a hurry and just grab it. Or if it's along with my eggs or something else that I have. So all around, it's just been beneficial for my whole family.
Oh, that's really awesome, Linda. That's just great, and I think, again, your story just resonates with some of the struggles so many people have. So, especially when you talk about getting that variety of fruits and vegetables in your diet, it's really hard to get all of that. So you guys have heard a little bit about Juice Plus tonight. Now we're going to hear from our good friend Dave. So, you have to know Dave, Tori, and I, we went to high school together. We go way back. So,
10 years.
Yeah, 20 years ago, we were doing crazy things together. Now we're just trying to keep healthy and feel, look better and feel better. And the Shred 10 is really about that. Dave's going to share his story about the Shred 10. We do this every month for our customers. It's 10 days to really reboot or reset your body. It's 10 days of clean eating. You're focusing on eating a ton of whole foods, tons of fruits and vegetables. You're doing your Juice Plus and 2 of our shakes a day. And you're also incorporating intermittent fasting by not eating after 6 p.m. at night. And so, Dave, Dave actually is also in Texas. He's also a chiropractor. He's a dad. So he has a ton of, I think, really unique expertise that he can share some nuggets about his own journey tonight, as well as you know, what he shares in the office with his patients and so forth. So take it away, Dave.
Thank you, Ellen. So, yes, I'm a chiropractor. I do live in Texas. I do love it. I'm from northern Colorado, just like everybody else. My experience with the Shred 10 was life-changing. Prior to doing it, I was making poor life choices. I knew what to do. I knew where to go do it. I knew what to buy. I knew what to not buy. I knew what not to. I was choosing to do that. Ellen already presented this parent. It just tends.
Hold on, you're breaking up, Dave. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was going to go ahead and can everybody put themselves on mute really quick so we can see if that helps Dave?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Shall I start over? Is that better? You can nod.
Just go from where you were. You were talking about making some poor life choices, you know, lifestyle choices. You knew what you needed to do.
What I needed to do, and then so I've been following Ellen's on Facebook for multiple years, and I've actually been taking Juice Plus since probably 2002. So I was already taking the product, and I already knew about the product, but I didn't know about the Shred 10. And so she approached me where we talked at a mutual friend event, and he asked me if I would do it. And I said, well, what do I got to lose? So I decided to do the Shred 10 for 10 days. I gave it my all. Once again, I knew what to do. I was already taking the product. I knew how to do all the stuff. I just chose to make better decisions. Not only decisions with my choices, but decisions with the food that I ate. So Ellen taught me how to plan my week's worth of food and tell me how to plan all of my, because I am very busy, how to plan for my meals. And in the 10 days that I went through the first Shred 10, I ended up losing 28 pounds, and it actually catapulted me towards better health, and I've continued that on. This was in July, so I'm just very grateful, not only for the product, but for you guys believing in me.
Oh my gosh, absolutely incredible story. And Dave, just to kind of wrap it up, I mean, you kind of said this up at the beginning. You said, I knew what I needed to do. As a chiropractor, when people are asking you about things like supplements, things like diets, in a nutshell, in the, you know, the 20 minutes that you have with them in the office, I know your time is so limited. What are the kinds of words of wisdom that you share with those people?
Well, that's a case-by-case basis, but if they do have nutritional issues where they want to get healthy, or even in my experience, they saw me lose all of this weight in a short amount of time, it becomes a conversation piece. It becomes a talking point. What were you doing? And I just told them I just changed my diet. I continued eating the supplements I was taking, and I just changed to whole food products. Nothing out of a box, nothing bought from a restaurant, nothing easy, basically. So I went to the store, and I bought my whole foods. I bought my vegetables. I bought my organic meats. And then I prepared them. I wasn't cooking all that much. I would cook 1 or 2 days a week, and it was easy for me. I mean, I leave my house at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I don't come home until 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So it was an easy way for me to still get the nutrition that I know I needed, and to take that opportunity to do it.
That's fantastic. I think that is really great. So Thank you for sharing. And Tori Hartman she's also up in Windsor, Colorado, and she's part of this motley crew here. So Tori is going to share a little bit more about her health journey. She's also going to really touch on our mission tonight. I am so glad that I got a text message out of the blue one day from her, kind of saying, okay, I think maybe it's time for Juice Plus. And you know, that's I think a really great thing about our mission is we're here for people when it's time for them, because we understand that so many things are vying for your attention. And sometimes your health's not a priority until it really needs to be. But we really encourage you to make your health a priority now, right? So Tori, I'll let you take it from there.
Okay, but do me a favor first. Okay, because I've always wanted to do this on the Zoom. So Veronica, you and I are going to look down and everyone's going to look up and we're going to wave like it's the Brady Bunch. So everyone on the bottom, look up at me and wave. And I'll look down. I've always wanted to do it. Just saying.
You're the best.
Dave, I want to say though, first off, just knowing you for as long as I have, and then I got to see him recently at a wedding here in Colorado. You look amazing, and I know it's not easy, but you have been willing to put in the hard work, and it's been fun to watch you on your journey. But how do you feel? Do you feel good too?
I do. I feel great. I feel a lot better than I had in the past.
That's awesome. Does it help with sleep and everything too? And
well, no, I wasn't sleeping very much before, and it wasn't because it was the bad choices that I was making, but through lifestyle changes and through eating properly, yes, I do sleep a lot better.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Ellen and I were keeping close tabs on him, and so once in a while, he'll check in, but we'll start doing that again. That was fun. My story is not unique. I think it's just that you get to a certain point in your life where you're like, enough is enough. And I think going into my 40s, that I realized I needed to do something about my health, and it was mainly for my kids too. I knew that I could get them on the child health study, but more importantly, I wanted to be able to share this with friends and family. I knew that this was something that was very important, not just for me, but for other people. And so I did contact Ellen, and I said, by the way, I want to sell it as well. And it was more or less not sell it to make money, but really to hopefully inspire some changes in people that I love. And my story starts off, and then I'll talk a little bit about the benefits, but I basically jumped into it. And first thing I did was make all my friends get onto it and my family. I'm like, by the way, you're going to take Juice Plus. And they all said, okay. And then in fact, a person why my mission I feel is so near and dear to me and so important. My closest friend, Mayila, I said, not only are you going to get on it, but you're going to sell it too. And she's a Pilates instructor. And so she said, okay, because that's what best friends do. They're so sweet. And so meanwhile, I started taking Juice Plus. My daughters both started taking Juice Plus. And I did it for a couple of reasons. Like I said, going into my 40s, I really wanted to make a healthy impact in my life. I wanted to make cellular changes that I knew that would be more internal versus just a Band-Aid fix. I knew I didn't want to take anything that was a supplement or anything synthetic. I wanted to take whole foods and nourish my body. The first thing I noticed was energy, like everyone else has said, Veronica and Linda and everyone. It's been amazing, the energy. Within 2 weeks, I noticed that first of all. The other thing I did was I totally went cold turkey on my Advil PM and my Tylenol PM, which is huge. For those who know me, I've been taking it for over 20 years nightly, and I'm not proud of that. It's just something I did in order to get through the night because I have insomnia pretty poorly. So I started noticing that I didn't rely on it or need it. And I was actually sleeping through the night without any problem. And that was huge for me, huge. And I felt better in the morning. I didn't have that that lethargic feeling that stayed with me all day after taking like a Tylenol PM. So that was pretty impressive. I started noticing my hair was growing, and I've been now taking it religiously for over a year. And I can tell when I stop. I notice a difference in how I feel. The last reason why I started taking it was because of anxiety. I suffer from anxiety, and I knew that this wouldn't necessarily make a change, but I knew it wouldn't hurt. But to a pleasant surprise, it has helped. I think that my body is getting what it needs. It really helps with oxidative stress, and I know that there are factors in my life I can't control, but what I put in my body is something I can control. So I was taking it religiously and did notice a significant difference in how I felt, stress level wise, as well as with anxiety. So that was pretty impressive. So fast forward to about 5 months out, and like I was saying, my dear friend Mayla, who was taking it, she had her son on it, got into a horrific car accident, and he suffered from a traumatic brain injury, pretty significant one. He'd had to be resuscitated, I think, a total of 3 times in his journey. In fact, it happened about a year ago on Thanksgiving. So it was something that wasn't ever foreseen. However, he wasn't being fed through this time. So I know Ellen had reached out also to Mayla and said, hey, start getting Juice Plus in them. And so right away she brought it up to the doctors. They then started to give him Juice Plus, which was amazing that they considered it. They didn't even argue with her. They looked at the label and knew that it was whole foods. And so it wasn't even questioned. They were taking it, Mayla and her husband were taking it through the whole process as well in the hospital. And they were in the hospital from November till the end of November till May. Not once did Randy or Mayla get sick, which was pretty significant when you're taking care of your son, who is on life support and then transferred to multiple hospitals as well. What they noticed with Nash is that things that they said that he wouldn't be able to breathe on his own, that he would probably pass away. He is still here with us today, and it's a huge part of the reason why I feel like my mission and my journey, for whatever reason, I do feel like this was put into my path for a reason. So therefore, I continue to use it, and I continue to share not only my story, but her story, as well as Nash's story, because I do think because of Juice Plus, there have been some pretty positive and significant things that have happened as a result. So I'm not only grateful for it being in my own body, for my daughters as well, because they're getting sick less, but also because it actually has helped someone that I truly dearly love on such a deep level. And we never foresaw what it would do. And now we know what it can do, and that no matter what, he's still getting the nourishment he needs. So it's been an incredible journey. It's not been the easiest journey in our lives the last year, but I can say without a doubt that Juice Plus has been an important part of my life and people that I love's lives as well.
Oh, that is just wonderful, Tori. I'm so glad that you shared that. And I want to wrap up with a couple of facts and things like that to send you away with. When Tori talks about this young man having Juice Plus going into his feeding tube in the hospital, that's not uncommon. And why can you do that? And that starts with the fact that Juice Plus has a nutrition facts label on it. And so you can see this backwards on your computer. This is my bottle of my garden blend. We have our orchard blend, which is our fruits. And then we have our vineyard blend, which is our grapes and berries. They all have a nutrition facts supplement because it's whole food, you guys. So everything is juiced and crushed. Seeds, stems, rinds, everything. It goes really way beyond what you could do in your own kitchen. And it's dried at a temperature that will not destroy any nutritional value. And then that is all encapsulated. It's also put in chewable gummies that are terrific for kids. And some of the adults here mentioned that they like these, and these are really great for your sweet tooth as well. So that's Juice Plus. We also have a plant-based omega blend supplement that I think is totally phenomenal. I've been taking it for about 7 months with my oldest son, and we feel like it helps us with focus, it helps us with happier moods, and that kind of thing. And, you know, Juice Plus just really made sense to me when I first heard about it, because it was fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And that's what I want you to leave with tonight, is to be inspired to, number one, eat more whole food and take care of yourself. But number two, get more, you know, fruits and vegetables in your diet. This is really the easiest way that you can do that. And you can get that variety, rainbow of nutrition that Linda talked about. I'm
losing you.
We on our Shred 10 program, I mentioned this, use the good bacteria in your gut, something that we hear and read a lot more about now.
Can't hear you, Ellen.
Ellen, did we lose you?
I think we did.
Until you pick up, I think where you were going with our Shred 10 program is rebooting and restarting, helping with that, even with our gut bacteria and things that really do help our bodies and get what they need to get started on a healthy journey. Very similar to what Dave was speaking of as well, because I know that with Dave, that's what he said that helped him get through some of those hard times when we were talking to him. And it did help with, I know, some stomach issues. Every time I've done a shred, it's the same thing. I find that it's really beneficial to not only my stomach, but truly how I feel overall.
So maybe we can do another webinar like this on just what the gut and brain barrier is, and how crucial that it actually is. If your gut's right, your brain's right, and vice versa. In utero, they come from the same tissue. So your gut's right, not only in your kids or yourself, but your brain's going to be right. You can think right, and your body can actually heal itself from all of these things that people don't think have a diagnosis or have a positive prognosis.
I couldn't agree more with you, Dave. I think as a teacher and as a parent of a student, of a kid who suffers from constipation, her behavior, her mood, her demeanor, everything, it's affected when she has not gone to the bathroom in a few days. And I would notice that with my students as well. So I think it definitely has a direct correlation with your mood, with your behavior, with the way you conduct yourself, you know. So I think that's one of the biggest benefits that I've noticed with my kiddo.
Yes, I deal with a lot of kids that are struggling as well, and if I can help one of them, it's great, but if I can help all of them, that's even.
Absolutely. Sorry, I know you guys lost me for a minute there. That jumped back in on that, some really great nuggets there. So, I mean, when you're talking about helping kids, I think everybody here is really passionate about that. I mean, we have, you know, Tori works in special education and all those kinds of things. So, you know, we are really on a mission here. So whether you're in a place where you're interested in starting Juice Plus for yourself or your family, talk to the person who gave you this video to watch. If you have more questions, we really are flush with resources. We are passionate about educating people. So ask your questions. We have some great things to pass along to you. Go on your own journey of educating yourself. We're not going anywhere, so we're going to be here when you're ready to get started. And number three, you know, if you're excited to get started, but you're also maybe making a list of people in your head that would want to hear about this, you know, talk to the person who invited you joining our mission. We are a mission-driven company, so we're very different from a lot of things out there. We don't have things like monthly quotas and all of that. You can be part of the Juice Plus community. You can share it as much as you want or as little as you want. But I know that we all go through times in life where we are struck at how we take the simple things for granted, and don't take the people that you love for granted. You know, it's the holidays. Share the love, help them get healthier. I think that if we give people more life in their years, then that is a life well lived for those of us on our mission. So I just want to thank our incredible speakers tonight. You guys are all so incredible, and I'm so thankful to have you in our lives. And I'm going to turn off the recording.